So again, in a highly competitive real estate market, VA home loans have an option that no other loans have. So the first step, if you run into a value challenge when it comes to the appraisal process, is called Tidewater. That's where the appraiser raises his hand and says, I'm getting pretty close to the end of my timeline, which is 10 days, by the way. They have to have the report in within 10 days. In that 10 days, if they're struggling to come up with the value, they have to call Tidewater, which gives the real estate agents 48 hours to provide 3 additional comps to help the appraiser come to the value on the contract. Let's just say that happened. You provide your comps, the value is still low. It's lower than the contract price, and everybody thinks that is not correct, that there's supporting documents within those comps that the value should at least be what the contract shows, if not higher. VA allows a second stab at getting a higher value than what the appraiser says the property has. So what this is it's called a reconsideration of value, or an ROV. And what that means is that the lender has the autonomy to go to VA directly and ask them to review this appraisal report and give a better value than what the current appraiser has already assessed. There's a couple of things that I have learned through doing this myself. That is that your comps, it helps to provide another stack of comps, anywhere from 1 to 3. In addition to the ones that were already provided for the Tidewater process. It just helps show support, really. So if you have those available, I would, as your lender, request that those be sent in. And the way to make those the strongest is if they are ideally within about the same range, the same distance from the property that the original comps were on the report. So as close to the subject property as possible, and if they have sold within the most recent 90 days. Those are 2 really big factors when it comes to VA considering those to be strong comps and a reconsideration of value review. Now, it's VA, so they can, in theory, take as long as they want for this process, but I tell everybody to be prepared for a delay. From the time it gets submitted to VA, right now, at the time of this video, they're saying it's a 5 business day time frame for review. So the day we send it in isn't really on the grid. The day after is when it's considered received. So you've got 5 business days from there that they will typically reach back out. So I tell everybody to be prepared for 6 or 7, just because that's kind of the reality of it most times. So hopefully this is helpful information. As a buyer, it's great to know, to encourage your realtors. As a lender, it's absolutely, you have to understand this process to advocate to the best of everybody's needs when it comes to a VA home loan. And as a realtor, you absolutely want to know that this process is an option out there. You don't have to know how to execute it. You got to know that it's there so you can push for it in the event that you have a low value after Tidewater. So hopefully this is helpful information. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll have a link at the end. We can schedule a call and I can help you with anything you want on clarification for this process. So have a great day.